15 signs you are bewitched. Let me start here. What is witchcraft? Witchcraft is a practice of magic, black magic to be precise. And the purpose behind this practice is to hire an evil spirit. So that's what witchcraft is. So one is practicing witchcraft so that at the end they may be able to hire an unholy spirit. Right? But why are they hiring this unholy spirit? So that that unholy spirit, evil spirit, can or may oppress somebody, may torment somebody. As a matter of fact, they hire these evil spirits to subdue somebody's will, so that their will can be the one to take shape in the life of the person they are bewitching. Hence, you have people doing things they don't want to do. And that is because somebody's will in your life is prevailing and is taking over. So you know deep down in your heart that, man, something is not right. I don't want to do this, but I do it. How come I want to do this, but at the end, I will always see the opposite? It's because, yes, you have a desire. Yes, you have a will. But there is somebody who has hired a spirit. Because when it comes to the civilization of spirits, it is a spirit that fights a spirit. And as long as you are not aware that you are being fought by a spirit, you will use carnal weapons. You will use logic. You will try to use natural technology to solve spiritual technology. Sign number 1, you have diseases in your body that medicine cannot diagnose. When the doctor checks you, you are 100% fine. They even tell you, when we look, we are not seeing anything, and you know you are sick. What you are dealing with is not natural. What you are dealing with is witchcraft. Sign number 2, that you are bewitched or you are under a witchcraft spell. You see shadows of people near you, but when you look around, can't see anyone. You feel like someone is following you or someone is watching you. In short, you feel like you are being monitored all the time. Every time you move, you feel like somebody is watching you. Sign number 3. You are rejected for no reason. You are rejected by everyone. It does not matter how much you try to fit in. You are not rejected to be directed. You are rejected to be rejected. The rejection you are dealing with is not normal. It does not matter who promises to help you. At the end, that person will vanish. Somebody can commit and say, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 for you, or I'm going to help you. And before you know it, that person, you call them, they are no longer picking up your phone. You didn't say anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong, but you don't know what happened. What you are dealing with is spiritual. Sign number 4. You used to be brilliant at school, but now it's like you are someone else. You are even surprised yourself. You feel it, and you know that something went wrong, but you don't know where, when, and how. It is as if you are somebody else. You used to excel in your things, in your field. But right now, you are not even near that person you used to be. Sign number 5. The drinking of alcohol uncontrollably. Uncontrollably. Where one gets money to take you to alcohol. And when they are sober, they have no money, it's a different person. They will make vows, they will make commitments, saying we are not going back, or I'm not going back to that. And the next thing, once they get money, they are back into it. They want to stop it. They want to fight it. They don't desire it. But somebody has hired the spirit. And that spirit is pushing the will of the person who has hired it in the life of the person who's being tormented. Sign number 6. You have a bad smell. I'm not talking about bad breath here. I'm talking about an unpleasant smell. You have tried all products, all the products in the world, but none of them seem to work. And you can't get help anyway. You don't know where this foul is coming from. This bad foul is coming from. But you have a smell out of you that you're trying to escape, but it's there. Sign number 7. You dream eating and drinking. This is what we call drinkable witchcraft. This one is when they give you something to eat or to drink in order to manipulate your spirit or your soul. So you dream eating and drinking, but watch this now. When you wake up, you have stomach pains. Something feels odd in your body. You feel something moving inside of you. When you go to the doctor can't see anything wrong with you. But you know that something has happened to me. The moment you wake up, you have stomach problems, severe stomach pains. And right there, you start feeling movement of things. And you go and they scan you. They can't see anything. Number 8, you feel lonely and lost even around people. You feel lonely and lost even around people. It does not matter the company around you. You will still feel lonely. And you will feel lost. Sign number 9. You hate everyone that tries to bring happiness in your life. It does not matter how good that person is. It does not matter how long. It doesn't matter how many times they say, you know what, I'm going to give. It doesn't matter how many chances they give you. You'll always mess up. There are people who, no matter who God brings or no matter who comes into their life to help them become better or fulfill destiny, trust you me, they will hate that person. And sometimes they don't even care. Why? Because in their minds they think they can always replace that person. Listen, not everyone is replaceable. There are people that once you meet them in your life and you mess up, your season gets messed up with them. Sign number 10. Once you are involved, it doesn't matter in what, things don't work out. I will explain. There is a deal here. These people are about to close that deal. They pull you in. All of a sudden, things fall apart. Once you are involved, things don't work out. You meet somebody, they are doing well in life. Maybe they have a job, maybe they have a car, or they have a house. As soon as you meet them, as soon as you are in love with them, as soon as you are in a relationship with them, that poor child of God starts. When I say poor child of God, I'm talking about that person who was just trying to, make a living for themselves. All of a sudden, they lose their job. They lose their car. Things starts going backwards in their lives. Once you are involved, even people start going down. Let alone your life. I'm talking about once you are involved, things don't work out. You can hear that people invest here. And for years, they've been getting this amount. And these are the returns. And this is their ROI. Every time they invest, for a period of this, you come in, you do the same thing. The next thing, either the company collapses or something happens. Once you are involved, things don't work out. Some of you don't understand. That is witchcraft. But because, you live that life of, there's tomorrow. Waiting for defining moments. I refuse on your behalf. Number 11, unexplainable miscarriages or lack of fruit of the womb, and the doctors can't see anything wrong with you or your partner. They look, they check, they can't see anything, and they don't even know why you are experiencing that or why you can't conceive. But in the name of Jesus, today, your story will change. You better believe it. Today is your day. Your story will change. In the name of Jesus. Number 12, extreme forgetfulness. Let me explain that one. You study now, but 10 seconds later, it's like nothing went into your brain. It's like nothing went into your mind. It's as if someone refreshed your memory. You all of a sudden forget things you don't usually forget. I'm talking about, it's like when you study, whatever you study, whatever you take in goes into somebody else's brain. It's as if you are studying for somebody else. It is as if nothing ever went in. I remember one time in the Val in university, we were praying and we were delivering a lady. And the Spirit of the Lord said to me, tell her to give you her books. And in her books, there was a book, I think it was a law book, a green and white. And I said, bring that book. And as I laid my hand, I said, this is not your book. She said, yes. I said, you borrowed this book. She said, yes. I said, the person that gave you this book, they are into witchcraft. You have to return this book as soon as possible. And I said to her, what happens when you study this using this book? She said, what do you mean? I said, when you study in this book, do you remember things you study in this book? She kept quiet for a moment. And she said, no, Apostle. I said, that is because the person who gave you this book, hence they never asked for it. The moment I said that, she started crying. She said, Apostle, you are very right. She never asked for it. I said, because this book right here is a portal. So number 13, you hear voices and you don't know the sources. That is a sign of witchcraft. You hear voices, but you don't know the sources. You don't know who's talking to you. You hear voices. Sometimes you can't even hear what is being said, but you are hearing something. Sometimes you hear voices telling you to take your own life. Sometimes you hear voices telling you to commit things that are unfathomable, things that are not good at all. Sign number 14, that you are bewitched or you are under witchcraft spell. Nothing works. That's sign number 14. Nothing works. You try this and that, but nothing works. You have all the education, but with nothing to show for it. Nothing makes sense. Nothing works. When I say nothing works, I mean nothing works. You are bewitched. Number 15, you have financial difficulties. In a sense of your money comes in to go out. There is a devourer in your life, especially in the area of your finances. No wonder why the Bible speaks about the devourer of the progress, that God says, I will rebuke the devourer of your harvest. Because some of you, you have a devourer of your harvest. When you get a small money, your house break. You fix it, somebody gets sick. You need to take out money. You pay for medical bills. When you are done there, your card now gives you problems. It's like money can't stay around you. And the enemy has a tendency of making you believe that, you know what, I'm not the only one facing this. There are people who are not working as hard like you, but are living life that is better than yours. You are working hard like an elephant, but you are eating like an ant. The fact that you don't believe that witchcraft is real, it doesn't make you invincible to it. As a matter of fact, many are bewitched because of ignorance towards spiritual matters.